All right, well, I am officially at 401 subscribers, so it's halfway through the year, and my goal was to be at 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So thank you to everybody who's subscribed to my channel. That's awesome. It's odd. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube, and here I have like almost half of my goal has subscribed to my channel, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so I got a message from a girl who commented on my artificial intelligence ain't got shit on strippers video, which I think is a great video, but I've had like 3 people like it and nobody comments on it besides her. So if you haven't checked that video out, I think it's significant because artificial intelligence is going to replace a shitload of jobs. So whatever you might be going to college for, whatever you're considering going to college for, it might not even be an option is work in the future, but stripping is something that's not going to go out of style, and it's something that you can use to make money and to invest your money so that you can retire, quite frankly, because that's exactly what I should have done. And now here I am, hopefully helping you realize that it's a good move for sure, I promise you. So after her comment, I went ahead and asked her, she's auditioning in 10 days. So I said, what are your fears? What are your goals? Maybe I can help you out. Same goes with every one of you. I'm here to help you guys. I wanted to help dancers when I was a dancer, dancing consistently myself, and I just didn't have the energy for it. I just didn't have the energy for it, and now I do. So I'm here to help you. Tell me your fears, tell me your goals. Let's see how we can knock this shit out. The more females on this planet that are empowered, that are inspired, that are confident, that are happy, we're the ones that can make this planet better. I truly believe it starts with us. So the more happier we can be, the wealthier we can be, the more we can set ourselves up for our future, the more families we can help. We're compassionate people. We want to make the world better. I'm sure men do too. Anyways, so here are some of the things that she said. Number 1 is she's never been on a pole before. So she's worried to get on stage because she's never touched a pole before. I hadn't either when I first started. I didn't know anything about it whatsoever. Immediately right off the bat, my first suggestion to that would be start during day shift because there's nobody in there. So you can get up on the pole and you can fuck around and do whatever you want and nobody's watching. And if you tell some of the other girls you're new, they'll help you. Ask them, be like, hey, do you think you could show me a couple moves? I'm not really sure what to do, I'm nervous, and just ask and you'll get someone to help you. And if there's other clubs in the area and nobody at that current one helps you, then go and ask other girls at different clubs because someone will help you. Or you can get on Instagram and you can look up these different dancers that all do pole tricks and stuff like that. If you watch some of those videos, they'll be very encouraging. They'll be a little bit intimidating too because it looks hard as hell. But here's the cool thing about watching other dancers do pole moves is you have what you call mirror neurons. So what that means is when you're watching these other dancers do these moves, your muscles, to a micro degree, from what I've heard, are firing and memorizing what she's doing. And that's the same with everything. Smiling, when you see someone smile, it makes you want to smile. When you hear people laugh, that's why laughing is so contagious, is because your neurons are picking that up and making you want to laugh. This is why it's such a bad idea to be around toxic people, by the way, because it literally, you connect with that person and they rub off on you. Another good reason to be around positive people, around people that think, and around people that want to make the world a better place, and people that are happy and stuff like that, because it breeds more of that in your life. So watch these videos and don't get discouraged. See that as yourself. Imagine yourself being that girl. Now, I'm not saying that pole dancing is the best way to make money even. Like, that's going to take up a lot of your time, and it's going to take up a lot of your life, really, if you decide that that's what you want to do, is you want to become a badass pole dancer. But I'll tell you what, you can make a shitload of money from it too. Now, you can also make a shitload of money from just learning sales. I didn't do any kind of pole dancing at all when I was stripping, like none. So this is not something that you should feel like you have to get good at, because it really isn't a big deal. But It's a great workout. You've got to do it anyway. If you're at a strip club, you've got to do it anyway. So fucking make it fun. Go do it. Make it fun. Watch other girls do it. Like, watch professional girls do it on these videos, and then ask girls at work for basic tricks. Like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Pole dancing is not like it's not something you have to learn, but it's something that I think would be fun for you to learn. And it can help make you a lot of extra money. But I would say the biggest thing for this, I think is probably the most important, is while you're on stage, make eye contact with your customers. Even if they're not sitting at the stage, don't go up there and be in your own world. Be engaged. Look at these guys dead in the eye, stare at them, smile, engage with them, make it look like you want them. Fuck, even point at some of them and wave them over a little bit. Like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. And here's another thing about stripping or life in general, really, is if someone turns you down, like if you were to do that, if you were to look at a guy and you were to like kind of nod your head like, hey, come here, and he didn't do it, that's all right. Fuck it. It's not a big deal. Okay, here's something else you should know. It's been shown, and this is something I heard from someone that's super smart. I don't know where he got this study from, but a guy named Tony Robbins talked about this, is that it's shown that our brain, when we get rejected by another human being, the pain center, the physical pain center in our brains lights up as if we were being hurt, like stabbed or something. So that is the reason why people fear rejection, is because there is literally something lights up in your brain saying that you've been hurt, even though you haven't actually been hurt. I think that the reason why this happens is because back in the day when we were all in tribes, if the tribe rejected us, we would die. It wasn't like living in a neighborhood. Like, if you lived in a tribe and your tribe all of a sudden was like, you know what, we don't want this person around, you're on your fucking own and you're done. So this is like an old reptilian brain, like I'm talking like hardwired kind of feeling. It's an emotion that is no longer needed. It's out of date. So remember that. Getting rejected does not actually physically hurt. It's literally in your mind, and that's a feeling that you can and you will make go away. So the more that you do this, the more that you try, the more that you put yourself out there, the more guys that you ask to dance with you, and the more you get rejected, if you come into it with this, that's okay, on to the next one kind of attitude. I used to have that song On to the Next One by Jay-Z play in my head every single time a guy would say no to me. It was all right, fuck it, on to the next one. And sometimes I would even play that song before I would go into work just to remind myself, like, first of all, it's nothing personal. They have a certain amount of money that they can go in there with anyway, and it's nothing personal. It's just numbers. But here's another thing. Is trying over and over with the same customer can be very, very, very beneficial. I talked to I just came across a beautiful park. I just moved to another new little city in California, and I don't know anything about this place at all, and I was walking and I just came to a perfect place to talk. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. So anyway, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because the more you put yourself out there, the more you'll get over rejection, and the more you'll realize it does not actually hurt you. And the fear that you have that's in your mind, it's not really just in your mind. It's like a hardwired thing in us to not be rejected, to get along with everybody so that we can survive, really. But you need to realize that that is an old, deeply embedded thinking process to keep us alive, to help us survive, and we don't need that anymore. What we need is to fucking make money. And to make money is, you need to try. You need to keep putting yourself out there. You need to keep pushing and going for it. Just go for it, girl. Just fucking go for it. Okay, the next aspect that she said is about the other dancers worry her. And she says she doesn't know why, but she says that she doesn't want them to feel like she's there to steal her customers. She says that she feels like we should all be united, and she's going to keep it clear that she's not going to argue with anybody about stealing someone's customers and stuff like that. She says she's so nervous. Okay, so first of all, that's super sweet. Okay, that's super sweet. That's super adorable. I think that's super admirable. Second thing is, they're not their customers. These guys don't belong to us. They belong to themselves. We're just interacting with them. We're all going to make money. And to be quite honest, one of us getting better is encouragement for the other girls to get better. The game is not to be lazy. The game is to get better. And I'm not just talking about from a strip club perspective. I'm talking about from a in-life perspective. The more skills that you acquire, the more sales skills, the more persuasion skills, the more likable skills, the things that you can do to read people, the more intuitive you can become. These are skills that are going to help you in life. We want this. We want this for each other as well. So don't look at them as, don't look at it as you're going to take their customers. Don't look at it as like competition, and look at it like this. Let's say you start working there and you fucking rock it. Like, your goal is to be in the top 10% of money makers in your club. That was mine, is to be in the top 10% of money makers in your club. And it worked. Don't go in there with this, I'm taking other girls' money. Go in there with the idea of, if these girls start to ask you how you're making money, you're going to help them. That's it. You're going to help them. You want to help them. I wanted to help them. And maybe you won't want to help them. And that's okay. Whatever you want to do is fine. Whatever you want to do is fine. Scarcity, I believe, is the core issue of this fucking reality. I think that everybody would be such a loving and giving and understanding person if we didn't have this scarcity mindset. There's not enough food, there's not enough money, there's not enough water, there's not enough shelter, there's not enough whatever. We would all be radically different people. So you'll move past that. After you start making money, you'll move past that scarcity mindset and you'll get into a more abundant, I want to help girls mindset. But don't go into it with this, I'm taking other girls' customers. Go into it with, no, I'm going to fucking learn how to really do this. I'm going to make a shitload of money, and anybody that comes to me for advice, I'll help them. If that's what you want to do. And if they're a shitty person and you don't want to be associated with them, then that's another story. You could even just direct them to my fucking YouTube channel. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want is fine, but don't sell yourself short. Don't stop yourself because you're worried about other people. In this reality, right now in time, it is the best idea to do what is good for you, to make yourself abundant so that you can give to people later. I heard this example from a book called The Science of Getting Rich, and it was, you see a starving guy and sure, you can give him a loaf of bread, but the only thing you're literally going to be doing, giving this man a loaf of bread, is prolonging his misery. Now, if you were to wait until you acquired wealth, like true wealth, and you quit giving away all of the stuff that you were making, because I know what that's like. I want to give. I do. I want to give. It makes me happy to help other people. It makes me happy to help not just people, but to help the planet and to help animals and just to be a helpful person. It makes me happy. And I realize that I need to do this from a place of abundance instead of what I did before, which was, abundant. I had plenty of money, but I still worked my ass off for that money. And then I got to the point where I was like, shit, I don't want to keep working it like this anymore. I wish I had invested my money in all this stuff, which is why I'm here telling you guys, like, all of it's so important. I have so much stuff I want to share with you guys. Anyway, you've got this. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. And then you can really help people after you acquire true wealth. Then you can build something for homeless people or whatever. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for your questions. I'm so excited for you. The last thing I want to say to the girl that asked us, saying she's starting in 10 days and she's nervous, I want you to know, nervousness and being excited are literally the same thing. They release the exact same chemicals in your body when you feel either one of those. The only difference between how you feel, whether you feel nervous or whether you're excited, is your thoughts behind it. So if you go in and you think, I'm so excited. My life is about to get better. I'm about to learn life skills that are going to help me forever. Then that's exactly how you're going to think about it. You're going to be excited. And it's just the thoughts behind it. Nervousness is, oh, are they going to like me? Oh, this, that, whatever. It's all the bad stuff. Being excited is thinking about all the things that can go right. That's the only difference. And what you focus on, you attract. Yeah, it's a serious statement, but it's true. So focus on the good. Every single time you catch yourself focusing on, oh, well, what if? No, say, no, fuck that. Say, no, fuck that. Be like, what good can happen? And imagine all of the good possibilities. You can meet people to invest in your ideas. You can help other girls. You can help yourself. You can help your family. You can travel. You can do so much stuff. You can meet celebrities. You can, this industry, imagine it's going to give you possibilities and potentials in life that most girls are never going to see. And I don't even want to say that, because I want all girls to be able to have a really good life. And that's another reason why I'm putting myself on the internet. So I want all of us to thrive. I want all of us to thrive so that we can go out and we can make the world a really great place for all of us to be. So that's all I got for you guys for right now. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.